Hello Taurus, how are you? Welcome to your September 2016 love and general reading. Quick announcement, I just set up a Instagram account. It's Jane International. I don't have a lot of photos up there yet, just kind of some stupid photos, but I'm going to be traveling a lot in the upcoming season. So yeah, if you feel like following, I would love to have you. So let's get started with your love reading, okay? Your love reading for September 2016. The top one there. Okay, Taurus, here we go. Okay, there's been kind of an interesting theme with all the signs, and I'm kind of seeing it with you as well. I haven't really been getting, I mean, for some signs, yes, but a lot of these love readings are more about you or the sign that I'm doing it for, as opposed to you and maybe your interaction with someone, something that maybe you're dealing with. I know there's a lot of like planetary movement, eclipses, that kind of thing this month, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I feel that you are in a process of moving away from something that has been a little bit toxic, okay? Whether it's a moment in time or a specific fight that you've been having with your partner, or moving out of a relationship that wasn't healthy for you. And I don't see a lot of like entry of a lot of new people, not just for you, but in general. And so for those of you who are totally single, I wouldn't necessarily expect a lot of activity in terms of meeting someone new. But this is an opportunity for you to take yourself in a new direction, okay? This is what I call, or have been calling, a pivotal season for almost everybody, where big decisions are going to be made and new directions are going to be taken. Your past experience in love and in life in general is going to be leveraged into something more. All right, opportunities are going to come to you, maybe not so much in love, but you are on a path to recreate your future. And there's not a lot of like lightning bolt moments or, you know, aha type of moments, that type of thing. It's very gradual, and I feel like it has been a long time coming. This change, right? Moving away from toxicity, okay, the rough waters here, moving into the calmer horizon. Not willing and not able, not interested in continuing to fight a certain battle. Again, this can apply if you're in a relationship, if you're just, I feel like maybe some of you have been in a cycle of some sort, and now is the moment where you are able to break that cycle. Okay, especially if you're not or haven't been in a good relationship, now is a great opportunity for you to make that change. Decide whether or not this is someone that you want in your life. There is an element of choice here, okay? There is an element of, you know what, let me close my door because there's a lot of airplanes outside. Hold on. The weather has been so beautiful. I've had my windows and doors all the way open, but it's loud out there. And I feel that that choice is really like, do you stay or do you go? Do you keep this person in your life or not? What are the good? What are the bad? You know, the pros and cons, that type of thing. I feel that you are very in tune. Well, maybe not necessarily in tune, but your higher self, God, the angels, your intuition is speaking to you. And there is an element of truth. All right, there's an acknowledgement of truth within you. Truth about where you really want to go, what you really want to do with your life, how you want to create and design your future. Okay, now this is very independent. If you are in a relationship, this is very independent from you and your partner. This is about you. This is about your journey and your path in life. All right, and rekindling that connection with yourself. And sometimes, you know, especially if you've had, you know, a little bit of turmoil or a little bit of anxiety because of some fighting maybe that you've been having with your relationship, or even if just like if you're single and dating just hasn't been going well, and you've maybe repeated the same mistakes again and again, or dated the same types of inappropriate people, you know, now is a moment of realization. This is a season of setting new bars, setting new standards for yourself. I feel that you are tired in some way, okay? When the kings are reversed, there is a depletion of power and a depletion of spirit. And, you know, I feel like there may have been some like injustice because of the justice reverse, okay? Something that maybe hasn't felt fair, maybe something that hasn't felt deserved or warranted, like you kind of got the short end of the stick in something, and maybe someone hurt you. I feel like this is more directionally geared towards you as opposed to you doing it to someone else. You sort of finding yourself a little bit victimized by some circumstances, maybe a partner that is more powerful than you or more aggressive than you, or maybe if you're single, like I said, dating inappropriate people, but you kind of also allowing them to sort of have that power a little bit, causing your insides to sort of feel sad and to sort of feel locked in or imprisoned a little bit. And that's a very fine line. It's a very dangerous place to allow yourself to be, because people can continue to come in when they sense vulnerability, when they sense a weakness of some sort, right? This is about rebuilding and regaining that power. And I feel like a lot of you are going to have a bout of nostalgia and thinking back about, you know, along your life, and reconnecting with those childhood dreams. Okay, I don't see this as a person coming in. There may be someone that you happen to reconnect with in your past, although I don't see it in a romantic way, or with a romantic outcome, but maybe someone that just reminds you of something. Like maybe someone friends you on Facebook or finds you on Instagram, or you happen to follow a blog and there's a story about some little trigger, right? That's going to bring you back. And it's going to have you think about those things that made you feel happy when you were young. And for some of you, it's like playing in the treehouse or being outdoors. For others of you, it's playing with blocks and trains. And for others of you, you know, maybe you had a happy place that you would go to, especially if you had kind of an unruly childhood or not the best circumstances. You know, and there's going to be something that makes you feel like you want that back. You want that memory back, or you want that happiness back. And your connection with that. And this can even be like what you wanted to be when you grow up. You know, like say you wanted to be a ballerina when you grew up, or an astronaut, or a firefighter, or, you know, a nurse, or whatever. And that could really be the driver or the motivation for you to make these new directions happen. All right. And even though you may feel tired or feel burnt out or feel not quite yourself, okay? And even though you may have felt like your circumstances were a bit unfair, I think there's a part of you that understands why. Because when we have the Chariot in reverse, now the Chariot can speak in different ways. To me, when it's reversed like this, I personally interpret it as being like, I'm sorry if this offends you, but it's, you know, and kind of has a religious connotation, but it's like a come to Jesus moment is what, you know, what we call it. Like a moment where you kind of like, I feel like you're kind of like making a deal with your higher self, with the angels, making a deal with the universe and being like, you know what? If you give me the courage and the motivation and the power to do this and the opportunity to do this, whatever this is, I will do it. And getting yourself out of that head versus heart battle. And this is a good thing. I personally hate it when my head and my heart do not match. More often than not, they don't match. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why our lives are structured in such a way where what our heart wants and what our mind wants are two totally different things. And like what we have, they're like three totally different things. But somehow we as a human race have sort of evolved in this way. And when they are in alignment and when they are running parallel and they are not in opposition with one another, magical things can begin to happen, especially in the realm of love. When you are the person that you want to be, doing something that instills confidence, that boosts your self-esteem, you become a more attractive person, allowing love to come into your life. And I feel like for you, Taurus, and all the stories have been very different, but with that same general theme, but every sign has had a very different theme. And I think that's what's very exciting for you, is that you're not necessarily having that battle. If anything, you are asking the universe for an opportunity to take these steps, to make these changes, and to get the things out of your life that you don't want. Okay, so I think it's a really positive place for you to be. Let me go ahead and pull out the remaining three. Actually, the top one. So that opportunity, and I said that there wouldn't be any bolt of lightning moments, but maybe the bolt of lightning moments, which I usually associate with a magician, right? It's very obvious, it's very in your face. What's interesting is you have the one and the two, the masculine and the feminine nature. So not only is your intuition speaking to you, this is what you want, this is the direction you need to take, this is how you need to do it, but that opportunity is going to present itself as well. So an alignment, right? That's what this is about. An alignment of the black and the white. There's no separation anymore. It is now one. These Sphinx, I don't know what they are. Sphinx creatures, whatever. They are now running in the same direction, okay? And getting the toxicity out of your life, it's like when you clean out your closet and you have all this space and now it's you have room to fill your life with better things. You have room to fill your closet with better things, right? Now you're making room, and when you make room, stuff happens, all right? Now, the one thing that I'm seeing that frustrates me a little bit is this element of waiting, okay? Some of you may, because of the sadness or the depletion in spirit that you may really encounter, and I know we also have like a Mercury retrograde coming up, and so that might have something to do with it. But some of you, I think, may be waiting for things to happen. Some of you may be waiting for people to do things, for no, that's not going to give you what you want, okay? Pentacles are in general, earth signs, Taurus in general, are more cautious in nature, especially in terms of love. They are slower moving. I'm not saying all of you are. I know I make general statements and I understand that, but in general, you know, you're not like a fire sign, you're not like an air sign. You are, in fact, an earth sign. Earth is the slowest moving of the four. And sometimes and I say we because I'm a Virgo, so the earth element there, but sometimes we don't act as quickly as I think even we ourselves would like. And we are just hesitant in that way. And there may be some news that you are waiting for in terms of this, whatever this is, injustice, okay? This element of unfairness. I feel like you're waiting for something. You know, if you've been going through a divorce or something, you may be waiting for a settlement to come through. It's like you kind of tell yourself, okay, well, as soon as this settlement happens, then I can do this. And you sort of do as soon as, but then it prevents you from taking action. It prevents you from making those changes that are like here on a silver platter. Here's an open path for you, just take it. And when we have the Emperor, you have a lot of majors that came out, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 majors. So, I mean, you have a lot. And the Emperor reverse again I'm wondering if maybe you haven't made tangible, or you haven't really figured out this path or this direction. This may also indicate your partner, if you are in a relationship or if you are dating as well. And maybe you haven't like formulated exactly how that person plays into your future. What is their role in your future? It also speaks to me that just because you are moving on doesn't mean that you are cutting people out of your life, okay? That's not what I ever intended to say, was, you know, that you are making changes for you and for your life. But if you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean you're going to be breaking up. If anything, it's going to make you a more solid, more well-rounded person, and therefore a better partner, right? And therefore a better dating candidate if you're single. You're not going to totally stop dating, but maybe you're going to stop dating a specific type, you know? And maybe your ex, you know, if you have moved on from a relationship, there might be some lingering presence of your ex as well. So yeah, okay. So that's your love reading. Not the most romantic, but you're not the only one this month. A lot of people are not having the most romantic month, but it's romantic for you and your relationship for yourself. So that counts for something. That definitely counts for something. Okay, let's do your general. okay? Two of Swords in the very center. I love the Two of Swords, okay? To me, it's kind of an interesting thing because the swords indicate the truth. Sometimes the truth is good, sometimes the truth is bad, but that doesn't matter. It is just the truth. And when you are feeling like you know the truth and yet you are unable to accept it, or you are unwilling to see it. And it's natural, and when you have that sort of mindset, and I'm not saying it's denial, it's just that maybe something hasn't been enlightened to you, or you haven't quite understood or connected the dots in some way. Therefore the blindfold, right? But regardless of this, the universe knows where you're at. The universe knows what you're thinking and where your thoughts are. And I love the moon in this because even though this is dark and it's maybe a little bit scary and a little bit dank and the truth is heavy, you know, when you have the swords weighing on your chest that way, it is heavy. But there is still that element of guidance. And I look at the celestial entities, stars, sun, and moon, as celestial guidance, watching over you, protecting you, making sure you don't make terrible mistakes. And what this indicates to me, truly, with all that being said, is even if you feel like you don't have all the answers, move forward anyway, make decisions anyway, and the universe is on your side and is there to guide you in the right direction. This is a very serious reading, okay? And what I mean by that is when I have the Three of Cups and we have the Three of Swords here, Three of Cups reversed though, I've kind of started to say whenever this comes out, it's like the party's over. Like you need to start taking things more seriously. And what that, not saying that you're not a fun person or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure you are. Or not saying you aren't taking your life seriously. I'm sure you are. But now is the time to hunker down and to make things happen, despite maybe some disappointments that you've had in the past. And this can speak, and I'm speaking in very general terms here, in very generic terms, because it can apply to relationships, it can apply to career, it can apply to your finances. And now is the time for you to really make stuff happen. And I'm happy we pulled out the Five in reverse, Five of Pentacles reverse, because there is a tangibility to your plan, to your moving forward. Now, Pentacles indicate the tangibility of life, the material elements of life, this blanket, these cards, this candle, this camera, my computer, but also like the planning and the execution of those plans. And it's more mundane, it's more day-to-day. It's not big picture, high level, you know, that's very Wong-like. It's the minutia of life. And I don't, in any of the readings, I don't get this high level, what is my purpose in life? Why am I in this universe at this point in time? Blah, 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 blah. It's not like that. It's very focused and it's very real. And it's not dreamy. It's doable. It's today I need to do steps 1, 2, and 3. Tomorrow 4, 5, and 6. And if this speaks to you in maybe your finances or your career, if you are making some change or at least contemplating some change in your life, which is very possible given the last reading, the perception of where you want to go is very much in alignment. Okay, and I spoke about that with the Chariot reverse. It's very much in alignment with the reality of it. So it's not like your eyes are bigger than your stomach, right? You have a realistic concept of what it is you're going after. And you are taking the necessary steps When this is in reverse, it's like the pentacles are on the ground. They are, the groundedness of the tarot is grounded. So it's even more realistic. And in Taurus, as an earth sign, I think that you will appreciate that. It won't be scary. It won't be frustrating. It's going to be very easy. It's like this channel is just opening up for you. Now, there is that element of waiting, like I said, and I have that here as well, where maybe you're not receiving news. You're not receiving information. People aren't, like, you have a decision that you need to make. You have a direction you want to take, but maybe there is something reliant upon others and you're not getting that. You're not, or maybe you're hearing some things that you don't want to hear or that aren't necessarily in alignment with the direction that you want to go. And that's fine, okay? Because you are, like I say, you're taking a very serious approach to this new direction. You're taking a very serious approach to that new job, or the process of finding that new job, to the process of planning your retirement or getting things in order, whether it's your will or your estate, you know, whatever it is. You can work around the obstacles. Now, this is interesting that this came out in the same position as the King of Pentacles reverse, because there is that guardedness. There is that protection of what is yours. Not allowing others to penetrate your life. And that's kind of another theme that's been happening, is standing up for yourself. That's what I say, the confidence, the self-esteem. You are headed in a new direction, and you need to protect that. You need to protect that idea, protect that direction, protect what it is you have decided to do with your life. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I feel that this is someone else. I don't feel that this is you. I think this is more you with the pen. Like I say, it's when you are going in new directions, you feel like a page. You take on this childlike wonderment and excitement about an opportunity, and you're focused. You have a very clear idea of where you want to go, and you're following that. You're following that dream. You're following that concept, you know, and like I say, you're taking the necessary steps. It's not just a dream. It's something that you are actually making happen. You're protecting your idea. You're protecting the concept from whomever. I feel that this might be someone who's very supportive of you and your decisions, okay? Maybe a female, maybe not, male or female, but someone who is, one, very skilled, and two, who has made something of themselves. This is someone that understands what it is to have a dream and to follow it and to make it a reality, not just to keep it in dreamland. Swords also very tangible, right? They are thoughts, yes. They are air signs, yes. But the similarities between the actual sword and the pentacle, in that they are both, you know, made of metal, they are both cold, they are both man-made or man-crafted, kind of gives that. And I mean, we have like the cups and the wands, which are as well. But I would say the utility of each more so than the cups and the wands, and they sort of share that attribute of utility, things that you can use to achieve a goal, right? A sword or money. Money can be used to achieve a goal. And sorry, I'm getting off track. It's just the way my mind is going. But this person understands, this person supports you. And in comparison, this person is probably far more well put together than you are at this point in time. I don't care if you are the CEO of some Fortune 500, and I don't care if you are almost homeless or homeless. Like, it doesn't matter which level of life you're at, whether financially or not. This is about your emotional state and the goals that you are seeking to attain. So up here, down here, social status, doesn't matter. This is about someone who is more mature, more grounded than you are right now, okay? Someone that supports you, and it's kind of like the wind behind your back, right? I mean, it's like the air is sort of blowing towards you and giving you like a boost, making your pathway maybe a little bit easier. Look to them, speak to them, ask them questions. They have answers. Just listen to what they have to say, because they will have answers to questions that you haven't even thought to ask yet. Same idea, 333. I dropped one, hold on. Love the Ace of Pentacles right now. That's the perfect card for this reading. It is about, I like to call this the card of reward. Like, your efforts will not go unnoticed. They will not go unrewarded. There is a greater good for what you're going through. It's okay to be lost. It's okay to change direction. It's okay to want a different career. It's okay to want something else. And if your mind and your heart and your circumstances are in alignment, which is what I'm seeing is happening, now is a great time for you to begin a whole new chapter of your life. You have a blank canvas in front of you. Now is the time to start painting, all right? And when you're done with that painting, you will have buyers, you will have people interested, you will have people coming to you and making offers, and it will not be unfruitful for you. All right, again, that bugs me. I'm sorry, it bugs me. The waiting, the messages not coming through. Don't waste your time waiting. All right, and don't waste your time waiting to see what other people are going to do. This is a window, and it doesn't stay open forever. You have things that, you're not going to hear everything you want to hear. You're not going to receive the news that you need to receive. It's not going to come fast enough. Don't wait. If you are finding yourself waiting for someone else to respond, waiting for someone else to answer, just out of safety, expect it not to come through and find a different avenue. All right, you are at a very sparkly, shiny new beginning, like I said, and where you have been is not where you are continuing to go. Your canvas is completely blank. You are blank slating it. And I love the Death card because this can be a very painful process. It can be very hard. It can be very prolonged. It can take time for us to get through shitty circumstances and things that we want to have out of our life. Well, you know what? This is an indication that those shitty things are leaving your life and you are moving on, you are moving away. So this is really exciting. I am super excited for you. Be sure to I'm sure you know who this person is: a sister, a brother, a mother, a father, a mentor, a business owner, a colleague, a client, someone that really just supports you and understands and who has been there. This is someone who has been there. So take advantage of what they have to say, listen to them, and take it to heart, okay? That's it for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next month. Bye.